Welcome everyone, happy to see you again. It's deep and high. Today we are going to see about the foundation and its types of shallow foundation. We already see about this topic, but we can say again. Shallow foundation is having depth of foundation lower than the breadth of foundation. It has several types, such as strip footing, isolated footing, combined footing, strap footing, and mat foundation. In this video, we can see when and why to adopt these types of foundation. Strip foundation is suggested for the load-bearing structures and for the small room with the single-storied building. Because we know that this foundation does not requires any columns, and the loads from the slab is taken by the exterior and interior supports, such as walls. But it is cheapest construction of foundation, without any special equipment and skilled labor. Isolated footing is suggested for residential buildings. Even for other type of building with good bearing capacity of soil is suggested. It is one of the most economical and better type of foundation, comparing to any other type of foundation. But in soft soil with multi-storied buildings, isolated footing is not suggested, and differential settlement can be present here. Combined footing used in some cases like, when the column is designed exactly over the boundary, and no chance to make the pedestals for the foundation. Then only combined footing is suggested, so as to maintain the center of gravity of the two different columns, and as well as to distribute the loads from the columns evenly to the earth. It is also resisting the overturning effect for the exterior column or for the column which is designed over the boundary. Rectangular footing is suggested when the two different columns are having similar intensity of load. Rectangular footing is easy to construct, comparing to the trapezoidal combined footing. Trapezoidal combined footing is suggested when the two different columns are having two different intensity of loads, with huge variation in their load proportion. This trapezoidal shape is designed to maintain the center of gravity, and also to transfer the two different loads over the particular point. Strap footing is one of my favorite footing, because the way of design this footing is very interesting. Strap footing is suggested when the column designed over the boundary. And we need to connect this column footing with nearby column. But in some cases, no nearby column is having within 3 meters. If we provide any type of combined footing, will increase the concrete requirement. So as to avoid this, and make it as an economical footing, strap beam is constructed between the two columns, to maintain the center of gravity. But, the strap beam does not transfer any loads from the columns to the earth. It is just connecting two columns, to maintain center of gravity and, to avoid the overturning effect. So, strap footing is suggested, when the distance between the two columns is having, more than 3 meters. Mat or raft foundation is the costliest foundation, even though, if we need to construct in soft soil or loosely packed soil, mat foundation is mostly suggested, and it will never give the differential settlement. So, even the cost of construction is higher than other foundation construction. Based on the situation, it is one of the best foundation to make the good superstructure. Deep foundation is the foundation having depth of foundation higher than the breadth of the foundation. This type of foundation is mostly not preferred because of the cost of construction, and as well as it requires skilled laborers and some special equipment to install or to construct. And here we are having 3 general type of deep foundation. They are pile foundation and underreamed pile. In pile foundation, we are having 2 sub-classifications. And they are end-bearing pile and friction pile. In this foundation, the loads are transferring through the piles. It is just like inserting the column to the underground earth surface, to transfer the load. End-bearing pile is a pile, which connecting the superstructure, and the hard stratum or rock area in subsurface. End-bearing pile is suggested, when the hard stratum is available at some depth, and topsoil having low bearing capacity or loosely packed soil. Friction pile is transferring the loads of superstructure, by the way of friction on the surface of the piles and surrounding earth. Friction pile is suggested, when no longer depth is hard stratum is not available, and completely filled with the loosely packed soil. Underreamed pile is a special type of pile, having a bulb-shaped portion, which is to increase the load carrying capacity. It is suggested, when the situation like friction pile, which is for a long depth, only loosely packed soil is available. If one underream is provided to the pile, it is called as single underreamed pile, and if more than one underream is provided, it is called as double or multi-underreamed pile. With one addition underream, the bearing capacity is increased by about 50%. Hence to increase the load carrying capacity. Thank you everyone. If you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe our channel and keep sharing.